guys, it's Elizabeth from ELTS Adventures coming at you today with another Hot Topics Weekly video number 3. And if you guys are new to this little series that I've been doing, each week what I do is I have this bucket, and right now it's empty because I do it. I'll explain that in a second. But I have right now, I have 9 topics on these little sheets of paper that people kind of tend to have a lot of question about, or they lose their mind over when it comes to cruising. And then what I do, well, the first week I only did 1 topic, and then last week, which was episode number 2, I ended up actually doing 2 topics because they were kind of short. My opinions about them, I didn't really have a whole lot to say because it was just straight to the point. So I did 2 last week. So depending on the topic and how long-winded I get with it, or if it's a really short thing again, then I'll do either 1 or 2. But because I took out the 2 last week, I'm putting 2 new ones in. So I have 9 old topics that I'm going to read out to you guys, and then after I read those 9 and put them in the bucket, I'll read you guys the 2 new ones that I'm adding in this week, and shake the bucket up, draw a topic out, and then I'm just going to give my personal opinion about it. There's no right or wrong answers. And at the end, all I ask of you guys, if you'd like to, is to comment below and just give me your opinion about it, or if there's any ways that you think I could improve these types of videos. I'm always open to feedback, especially constructive, that's going to help me. So let's just get right into this. So again, I have my bucket, and I'm going to read the 9 topics that I have. They're old, the ones that I started out with. And then I'll tell you my 2 new ones, and then I'll shake them up again, draw a topic, give my opinion. Alright, so the first topic is, should the ship wait for you at port if you are not on time? Alright, I'm going to fold them with extra time. That's that one. Should you purchase pictures from the cruise line? And a lot of these topics, with me, it's going to be more Carnival related, because that's who I'm planning my first cruise with. But, in the future, as I try different cruise lines and things like that, I can give more opinions on other cruise lines and stuff. Alright, should there be a limit on alcoholic beverages you consume each day? And with this, I'm referring to like with the drink package. If you get the Cheers package on Carnival, they limit you to like 15 drinks per day or something, and that's what this is about. Should there be a limit? Should they limit you to 15 drinks a day? Should there be a specific dress code in the main dining room? Right. Should you decorate your stateroom door? You guys probably know my opinion on that. Alright, should you purchase a drink package? So this is referring to Cheers and also the bottomless bubbles. Should you bring valuables and or valuable jewelry on board? Should cruisers be allowed to save chairs by the pool using a towel? And lastly, of the old ones, should cruise lines allow bottled water in your carry-on? Alright, and then for this week, I have 2 new ones. And the first one is, should you get a passport? Should I get a passport? So that's an interesting new one. And then the other new one is, should I park at the port or do a park and cruise stay at a hotel? Alright, so depending on the topic, I'm going to do the first topic, and then if it's kind of short and everything, then I'll probably just continue on and do a second one. Alright, so I'm going to shake them up. You guys are seeing, I can just kind of, do this. Alright, so the topic for this week is, should the ship wait for you at port if you are not on time? Okay, so this is referring to those pier runners. Alright, so I feel like, no, the ship should not wait for you at the port if you are not on time, because whenever you're going on a cruise, one of the tips that you see on YouTube and a lot of people talk about is that you need to have a watch with you set to the ship's time. Meaning that you shouldn't go by what time it is in Nassau. You shouldn't go by what time it is in, any of the other ports. That's the only one that comes to my mind. But don't go by their time, because that's their local time. But always make sure that you have a watch with you that you are able to set to a different time. That way you can set it to what time it is on the ship. Because if you don't, you are going to get left. The ship, they, from the videos that I've seen, they will wait, an extra 30 minutes just in case of something, just in case there is a circumstance where you legitimately could not help but be late. But they're not going to sit there and they're not going to wait for 2 hours or even an hour on just one single person. Like if, even if they see you coming, if they've already put the, the little ramp thing back up in the ship for people to get on and off, they're not going to take it back down just because they see you coming. So unfortunately, that's just the way things are going to go. I feel like, in a way, I feel like they should wait for you because, there are special circumstances. But, like an excursion, if you're late because of an excursion, it's simply because you did not book it through Carnival. Because if you book an excursion through your cruise line, so Carnival, Royal Caribbean, whatever, then you're guaranteed to be back at that ship at the right time. So there should be no reason with those, because, if something were to happen, like if the bus or something that you're on has a flat tire, well, they're going to contact the cruise line some way. The cruise line's going to know, oh my God, that bus that those people were in on this excursion had a flat tire, so they're going to be a little late. So in that situation, they're definitely going to wait on you, because you booked through them. But if you decide you're going to go out of your comfort zone and you're going to book an excursion through a third party, whether it be someone on the port, one of the locals trying to just get people to book excursions through them. Well, if you do that, and let's say their bus gets a flat tire, well, they're locals. They're not going to know a way to contact the cruise line or anyone that's on the cruise to let them know, hey, the bus had a flat tire, we're going to be a few minutes late. They're not going to have a way to contact them. You're on your own when it comes to that. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't book excursions through other people, through third parties or whatever, but you kind of run that risk. And the ships are not going to feel sorry for you, if you are, if you're late and you get left at the port. So it kind of also goes hand in hand with getting a passport. It's good to have one, because if that circumstance was to ever to happen and you have to find a way home, well, if you have a passport, they'll be able to fly you home. If you don't have that passport, you're not getting home. You're just going to be stuck there. You're going to have to figure it out on your own. But the ship, in my opinion, should not wait for you. Most of the time with these cruises, especially if you're going on like a warm weather cruise, like to the Bahamas or something, you're going to be out there in the heat, and most people in the videos that I watch on YouTube do not stay out on the port all day that it's there. That you're eventually going to get hungry, and if you don't want to pay for the food out on the island, you're going to go back on that ship. In my opinion, you should be at least heading back to the ship an hour, maybe 30, 45 minutes prior to time that they say they're leaving. So if the ship says, okay, we're leaving from Nassau at 6 p.m., well, then you need to be at least headed back to the ship by like 5:30. Maybe even sooner, by like 5. Because you never know, depending on how far away you are from the ship. Some people stay right there in port and they don't go too far. So I'd say 5:30 for that. But, if you are further out, doing your own excursion or just kind of walking the city and exploring on your own, then I would say give yourself an hour, because you don't know what's going to happen. You could be walking and, fall and get hurt, or someone could stop you and talk to you for 20 minutes, but, things like that, you just gotta kind of be prepared and set yourself a time. Okay, I'm going to explore this place, I'm going to explore Nassau, I'm going to explore Puerto Rico, whatever. But I need to know in my head, even if you have to set a timer or something on your watch, because most watches you can set an alarm. If you need to set something on there for, 5 o'clock or whatever time, an hour before. That way okay, I have an hour. Because once you hear that ship horn, then that means they're fixing to leave. And if you're not on that ship by the time you hear that horn go off, you you're gonna get left. So, you know, you run the risk when you do things on your own. But like me personally, when we go on our first cruise, we're probably for the most part gonna stay close to port because I don't want to run the risk of getting left. And not only that, but this is our first cruise, so we're not gonna be as used to everything as other people are. You know, I mean, I do want to explore, you know, Nassau and Half Moon Cay, but I don't want to run that risk this first time. So I just want to take it easy the first time, and then when I kind of go on, you know, maybe two or three cruises, then I'll kind of be used to everything, and then I might be willing to go explore and, you know, but I just don't want to run the risk of getting left. So I've said all that to say that in my opinion, the ship should not wait for you, because if you're a responsible person, and especially if you've been on cruises before, you know that these ships will leave you. They don't care. They have a schedule, and if they have to wait an extra 2 hours for people, then that's throwing everything off. And guess what that means? You might not get to go to your next port, or you might get there late and they might cut your time short. You know, all those different things play a role in your next port or your next stop that you're going to. So just keep that in mind. So just be responsible. Just have a watch, have it set to the correct time that you need to. Even if you have to go ask somebody, do it. Just ask. It never hurts to ask. So, you know, just be responsible, be an adult, and just be there on time. Even if you know, it's better to be early than to be late, but even if you're just on time, you're fine. You're fine. As long as you get there on time, you will not get left. Some people might say, hey, well, I want to get left in the Bahamas. Well, that's you, but why pay, you know, the amount for your cruise if you just want to get left there, you know, because then that's the rest of your money is wasted and they won't give you your money back. So just do it. So just be at the port on time. So should the ship wait for you? No. Nope, I don't think so. All right, guys. So this was episode number 3 in our Hot Topics Weekly. And I just did the one today. I mean, that was I did make it a little longer than what I probably should have, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. So next week, because I did just the one, I'll replace it with another new one next week, and we'll do the same thing all over again. Alright guys, hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Give us a big thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you've not already done so. Share the page, you know, share our videos, you know, get the word out. Help us. Okay? We're at 10 subscribers. We want to get to, my goal is, you know, 100. You know, I would love to have at least 100, but, you know, that's going to take some time. So, thank you guys for watching. Hope you have a great day. Bye!